All right. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
I'll start with congratulating you. Congratulations, Dinesh.
Thank you.
Right. So just looking at your profile. So yeah, you're from 26th December batch 2022. So you have completed your course about 6 months ago, isn't it? 5 months ago.
5 months back.
Five months back. All right. And now you got into, I don't have, okay, iQGateway company. All right, wonderful. Good, Dinesh. So everyone in the call, very good afternoon. So we have Dinesh, who has successfully switched a career to data science. And he's been taken as data science professional now in a company called iQGateway. And he's from DataMites CDS batch. 5 months ago, he have completed the training and have been practicing the projects and attending the interviews. So I welcome Dinesh. Dinesh, so this is a success story. So essentially, the aim of this session is to understand your learning process, your experience, and finally you're successful. So would like to know what are the things contribute to your success, and also take questions from others who are at this meeting, right? Yeah,
Okay.
over to you. Maybe introduce yourself. What's your profile, please?
So I'm Dinesh, close mechanical engineer by degree. I have 1.5 years experience as supervisor of inventory management, like a non-technical background. And I took course from DataMites for certified data scientist. And like 5 months back, like September, I completed the course. And after that, I'm doing a freelancing kind of work for a company in Bangalore. Then I do this. It's my, I think, third interview.
Okay. Wonderful. So you're from mechanical background, mechanical engineer, right? When did you finish your mechanical engineering?
2020.
Okay, recent. So, do you have any prior experience before you chose to pursue a career in data science?
Yeah, like I said before, like 1.5 years I worked as a supervisor of inventory management, like
Oh,
in a CNC based company. So I was a supervisor there.
okay. It's actually interesting that many of the people who switch to data science are actually coming from mechanical background. I have taken many success stories, but half of them I can already say that yeah, you guys are from mechanical background. Do you see any reason for it? Your mechanical background education helping?
These, yeah, that's like because actually, like mechanical engineers, like our subject is like most of innovative, like thinking innovatively. So people who are coming from mechanical are open to learn anything because they are not just in a particular field. They can. Our thing is like we are doing project, not like an existing project. We need to do something innovative, like finding solution. Here, like in IT field, we will have this problem, then we will develop another problem, then we find a solution. Here, we need to find something innovative. So in my final year project, mini project, everything we will do something innovative. So
Good.
the training is like maybe that helps. Like people who are coming from mechanical may be ready to learn anything because their mindset is like
Correct.
that, I think.
Correct. And also, some of the other people who have been successful from mechanical background have told that the subjects like thermodynamics and related subjects, fluid mechanics, which requires a lot of mathematical analysis, solving
Mathematics.
huge
Yeah.
equations and stuff, which is pretty much similar to what a machine learning algorithm works. So when you learn
Yes.
machine learning algorithms, you are very easy with the equations, and then it makes sense for you how it works, right? Good. Before
Correct,
you
correct.
started pursuing data science as your career, do you have any skills in terms of Python or statistics?
No,
Any
no.
other? So prior, you have nothing. So you come up with from scratch.
Like I'm good at maths and statistics from my school time. So before joining, I have seen this course. So it's mostly about mathematics. So I think then you can join. It's nothing to worry.
Correct.
Not
So
new, I think. Language is also like Python language is also background. It's working on Max, right? If you know Max, how it works, it's also Max. That's it.
Very good. Okay. So going into your learning thing. So you have chosen to do a certified data scientist from DataMites, and then you joined in December 2022.
Yeah.
And then how many hours you spend per day? What is your learning approach?
So my approach is not good, I think. Like it's not something others can follow because uh, I don't like practice a lot. That's not a good thing. So I think people who are studying should practice. But like from my school time itself, I don't practice. Even in maths, no, I just go through the equations. I don't practice. That's but it's not good. Like after sometimes you will forget everything. So you need to practice. So for me, till now, I haven't got the habit of writing a code or like learning the code. I just see the videos and stuff. That's not good, but for me it works. I don't know, but others, it's not a good idea to follow. And
Okay.
while I
So
joined, this first time I'm learning this. Fine.
so mostly you watched many videos.
Yeah,
Um,
I will. Yeah. So from my childhood itself, I don't actually spend time on practicing even in max, no max equation or something. I don't spend. I have learned in that way. Like, I don't spend time on that. I will instead of that I will try new things. I will study new concepts. That's not advisable.
right. You rightly said it may not work for others. It's like you
Yeah,
are,
correct.
a lot of people, I mean, most of the people in India, they actually study at the last couple of days in the exam, right? So, so they're
For
smart.
me, it works actually. I have like while I am studying, I will do this, but I will get more marks in max, like, particularly in max, So I follow that. But my friends will do this, but it's not advisable. Not advisable for everyone. Like
Okay.
they need
So
to.
you actually do a lot of preparation before the exam, in this case, before the interview, right? So you try to learn things faster from a different kind of sources. Can you tell us what kind of preparation you have done before the interviews? How many interviews you attended before that?
Through DataMites is my third one,
Okay,
and
so
then through LinkedIn I got two. But I think now they have changed the process of like first process is like they are giving a machine learning task. So I have done like four through LinkedIn. I got like three or two. Initially, there is no before we had coding around as the first training. Yeah, now what they are doing is they are giving a project actually machine learning project or a deep learning project. After finishing that, they will evaluate that, evaluate and they will. That's the screening process. That's the main like 1 or 2 days. That's the time. So if you finish, then you are in the next. That's it. So, yeah.
okay, so they more project driven assessment they're doing. They give a project to you and you expect it to do that. If you did it good, then you will get into the further rounds of the interviews, right? Very good. So may I ask have you practiced in Kaggle? You said you have done little practice, not much, but have you touched Kaggle? Do you think Kaggle is something useful for the people?
I use Kaggle for downloading data.
Data sets.
For like after, yeah, I haven't practiced. I used Google Colab actually. So for my 4 interviews, they gave me some project to work on. So I need Kaggle for downloading data. So if you
Right.
ask me how many projects I did in the course itself, we have 5 projects, right? Like so the capstone project and the real time projects. That's the thing I did. And after that, whatever like if someone asked me to like in the interview process they asked me to do, I will do the project. I didn't find it difficult for particularly for me. Like I haven't practiced a lot, but for me it's okay. That's it.
Okay, wonderful. So you said you attended 3 interviews from DataMites. The last one is what you actually cleared, and 2 interviews from your own through LinkedIn. Can you share what kind of questions? I mean, you essentially have done 5 interviews, and then the last fifth one is what actually been successful, right? So can you?
I got no. Actually, I got placed through another but the salary is not good, and they want some originals and wants against like I have two offers with me before, like
Okay, but the
two.
salary is not good. Now, what DataMites
The
have
company
given?
is also not good.
So finally, you have accepted the one which come from DataMites, isn't it?
Yeah, the company is good and the salary is also good. That's good.
Okay, wonderful. Um, Same question again. So, what did you learn from the interviews? What kind of questions they ask? I mean, if someone is preparing for interview, and you're very good at doing little work and being successful, which is unique. I mean, whomever I spoke to till now as success story, most people say you have to study consistently, discipline is important, 3 hours, but you are different. So that actually makes me more curious, right? So you might have some other technique, not the regular disciplined one. So I want to know what kind of questions you faced in interviews and how to actually prepare for them.
So it varies actually. Like through LinkedIn, I applied for this computer vision stuff. So they asked based on deep learning. And through DataMites, like the three interviews are about like completely machine learning, whatever they taught in the DataMites. So my final interview was like last two weeks back. My first like this iQGateway. So my first third of it, we have 6 rounds here actually for clearing 6 rounds. After clearing 6 rounds, only they are getting selected. So third round is a technical round. So in that, I'm like I didn't refresh the concept actually. It's been like 4 or 5 months. So suddenly they call and said you have interview at 10 p.m. like 10 a.m. I am at 9:30 or something. I joined and the way I studied online, I don't know, but I could answer everything. So preparation is like whatever they're teaching. Uh, my mind will ask some other questions. If you study something, we'll have another extra questions. But some people will ignore the question. So no, we understand the concept. We can know. But you need to go in depth because the questions are like now they are asking depth. Like if you know what is a decision tree, so we need to know how the decision tree works. Like what type of data sets decision tree work. So if you have a single row and if it's not trained on that particular decision tree, it can't predict another. Like the decision tree will not work on that particular data set. So how it works matters. Like how the each algorithm works also
Right.
mathematics way. So at least you need to understand, not need to remember, just understand. So in the interview, they ask them, the question will be like this one, like if I have a data set like this, what you will do? What algorithm you will do? So you need to based on the how it works, you can answer.
Okay, so the takeaway from your answer is it's not like a very robotic responses, but you need to really understand the question deep into the data. If they say this is the data and they want you to build a ML model, so you should really understand what is the data. Maybe you'll ask more questions further to understand the data, and then you explain the approach is what people look at, isn't it?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, wonderful. Any specific questions, challenges you faced in Python or statistics, those areas?
So to be frank, like whatever interview I attend, all the technical ground, I was able to answer all the questions. I haven't faced any challenge because I prepared for that, like statistics, mathematics, and machine learning concept. So we have different rounds, right? For my first interview or like this interview, all the technical round I clear. Sometimes I fail in coding round, or sometimes in a machine learning task. Like sometimes they'll give a complex deep learning task to do in 1 or 2 days to do. So sometimes it will not work. Yeah, but not. I didn't face any difficulty in all.
Difficulty. Good. So yeah, obviously you're smart. You will clear it. I would like to know what people can learn who is listening to this one, right? What kind of questions people get? Like what how could they prepare? What kind of questions people ask in Python statistics? Machine learning, you told it's an approach is correct, but statistics, Python, and maybe in SQL, do you remember anything which is more like useful for the people watching now?
Like uh, another thing is like they mostly concentrate on not about like Python, like because we are doing machine learning task means they feel like he knows Python. Actually, yeah. So in that particular round is for I think Python and the concept. So they mostly ask about the deployment. Like they don't want us to know, but they some basics of deployment. So in my first interview, they asked about deployment. Yeah, so every interview after machine learning, they are going for deployment.
Deployment.
What are the ways to deployment? And SQL and stuff, they are not mostly concentrating on. I don't know. Or only machine
Okay.
learning.
For,
Initially,
for
they'll
your
see a project.
correct. For your interviews, you say that it's more on the machine learning and deployment, more on the practical, the second half of it, not on the basic Python or SQL. But other success stories have told that they've been asked about SQLs and Python. Maybe the things are changing now because Python is not really a problem now. Even you have these Gen AI tools like ChatGPT and many, which can actually code it for you, right? You really do not have to write line by line anymore. Even the seasoned programmers are not writing programming right now. They're using Gen AI tools. They might do a little bit here and changes, but mostly people are not writing line by line code anymore. Not in data
Yeah, it's
science,
like
not in software development.
we have a calculator. Before invention of calculator, we did pen and
Correct.
paper. After invention, we know what is max. 1 + 1 is 2 or something. But nobody is using pen and paper. Whatever it is, they are using calculator. So it's our thing is you need to learn the basics and learn to use the software which are coming. So try to make use of it.
Valuable.
That's it.
It's a very
Productive.
valuable input. So Python isn't really important nowadays because people are not asking it for a good reason because it's more automated now. But what's more important is the approach as Dinesh is. So you should be good at understanding how a machine learning works, how to apply machine learning for certain projects or use cases they might ask in interview. So you just don't have to, you should not be prepared for one project. Rather, you should be prepared for a generic knowledge where you can answer any questions they'll ask from a process perspective, right? The project flow perspective. Okay, wonderful. Uh, how many interview
Anyway,
rounds you had in general? Like, do you had you said that they nowadays they're giving a project and asking you to do for 3 days and then. So is it common for all the 4 or 5 interviews you attended? What's the process? How many rounds you have?
for like we have 5 interviews, right? So for the 4 interviews, same. Like first is like project. And round is like 1 or 2. Like this company, I had 6 round actually.
Oh, iQGateway had 6 rounds. Okay,
Yeah.
curious. Just tell us what are the 6 rounds, please.
So initially I had mind quiz and aptitude.
Okay.
Okay. After that, in
So
that
you
only
have
like
aptitude, right?
aptitude and mind quiz. Mind quiz means how is your behavior to your
Oh,
to
psychometry
so
mostly.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Another thing is the question will be like they will ask a question and 100% will be same as one. So they will check whether your answer is correct or not. Like that does happen. Like some questions are being repeated just to check our mind.
Correct. So are you being
And
confused what they check?
in that like like what DataMites that teams told is that like 25 people appeared from DataMites and only 3 were able to clear that
Oh,
first run. Yeah.
no, that's good. You are in the merit. You are in the top 12, top 5%. All right. So the first round is your the mind related question, essentially consistency and the aptitude. And the second round,
Second, machine learning task. Like they gave me a deep learning, machine learning, and an NLP. It's computer vision, NLP, and machine learning. Three projects. You have to choose any one and do, and we have to deploy it as well.
okay, and
So,
it is an offline open book, right? You can do it at your own time,
yeah,
three
no,
days,
no, one for 1 day or 1.5 days. Like
one and a half
today,
day,
yeah, they want me to submit after 2 days. Like one day or 1.5 days. I didn't have much time.
one to 2 days, I would say. That's the
Yeah,
second
yeah,
round.
yeah.
And third
So
round,
third one, we have manager discussion problem. Like they want to see the communication or like what is your behavior, like what is your approach
more
or like
in-person evaluation.
yeah, how updated you are. They ask mostly about the updater, like how like
Latest.
whatever we say. No, I talked about the latest one. So they ask me about what is the latest update, like technology, or like what is the so just a form of communication to see whether he is
Person, yeah.
suitable to work in it.
They might
And
also
they
check
will,
whether
yeah,
have you done the previous thing by yourself? Because a lot of people use proxies, right? Someone else do it and they'll submit it. So maybe the third round is to check whether you are the same person who have done that things, right? What's
yeah,
the
yeah.
fourth round?
Fourth round we are technical. First, like initially they said only one technical round, and I think one more guy cleared the first technical round. So they kept another technical round. So fourth and fifth is technical.
Okay. And fifth and
Yeah.
sixth?
Fifth, no, it's no, this no. I said 1, 2, 3, fourth and fifth. Yeah, sixth one.
Sixth
Like
one is
yeah, like 4 and 5 is technical. Then we have
right.
sixth one. Sixth one is they called me in person in the office and
Or
they
HR.
asked no, not HR round, like a delivery head, someone who's more experienced.
Oh,
Like
maybe this particular company has a different division, right? From a technical
uh,
division, from a project side, from a delivery side. Everyone wants to talk to you because you might be in a different division and you'll be taken for a project used by some other verticals or a project divisions.
and the
Happen.
people who interviewed me are like, I saw their LinkedIn. So they are like more than 20 years of experience in the field. The manager round, the final technical round, and the delivery head. All these people are like the directors and vice presidents of the company. They
Okay.
are directly involved in. After that, only, like, after final technical day, when I went to the office, they told this, I saw him. So, I understand, oh, he's
Okay.
a vice president or like, yeah, someone.
Okay. So essentially, people want to talk to you, right? So different rounds are mostly techno-functional, all are same, but different people are talking to you because they are from different levels and divisions. That's how it has become six. Okay, wonderful. Happens when they're looking for a serious candidate, like they're very interested in their candidate in a very key roles, they'll do multiple rounds. All right. So I think we have all the information. Do you have any message? I mean, you already said you are not much into practice. Apart from that,
Don't
so
follow them.
what is the message you would like to give to the people who are pursuing this career right now?
Practice. That's what.
That's
Keep practice. If I had
very
practice,
into.
I would have done more.
Okay.
Yeah. So you need to practice. You need to start like this. If you start doing project only, you will get what is the like. If you are taking the code from ChatGPT also, you need to understand what is the code. Or else the code will not work. Copy paste will not do here. Like the projects they give will not work on copy paste. We need to understand and we need to know what approach we need to take and stuff. So
Okay.
do project, then you will get some.
Yeah.
Another thing is you will get an error. Like error will last for me for small error. It will last for one day. You have to find that particular error. So it's like more tense sometimes. Like what after we are finding now, we'll say what is this error? Small thing. Maybe NumPy version for this library and this library doesn't use. But there, it will not, the ChatGPT or anything will not correctly say that this is the problem sometimes. So we need to go into the code, we need to go into the version, and we need to find out what is really happening.
Wonderful. So I'm glad that your final message is practice because I was a little bit scared that you said don't practice, but that's good because I'm a strong proponent of practice. And if you want to get into data science career, a data AI career, you have to practice 4 hours a day for at least 4 to 5 months is what I always say. And thank you, Dinesh, to second that. That's very good. And also, it's very interesting that what he has done, right? He has actually you haven't practiced in the beginning, but overall, he has done a lot of projects, and his approach is different. He's more practical, not theoretical. So he may not really focus on doing every single algorithm how it works, but rather he understands how exactly these algorithms applied in the real
Yeah,
world.
I spent time on how the algorithm works. Like I will go in depth of each concept, like to the base. So whatever algorithm I'm using, like whatever project I'm using, I can just use it. I know what is hyperparameters and what is each hyperparameter is doing in that thing. Yeah. So
Very
instead of like when doing project, we use different approaches. Like instead of doing that, I know what is the approach. It's just, yeah.
it's more creative or innovative, as he says. So he said all mechanical people are innovative. I'm not sure about it, but Dinesh surely is because he come up with a different angle or different approaches to solve the same problem. And that is something which is very interesting. And if I'm a recruiter, I will definitely look for that particular behavior, that particular attitude, because many a times there is no single way of solving a problem, especially in AI and data science, machine learning projects. There is no in software engineering you have you need to create this piece of code, and these are different action points. This is how you store it. It's like kind of like defined, and you simply code it. Sometimes it's boring. I don't really enjoy the software projects, right? But in machine learning, it's nothing written there. So your creativity, your innovative approach is actually becomes very valuable when you want to become a data scientist. And if you could express that idea to a potential employer in the interviews, they'll be more glad to hire you because that's exactly what needs to be a good data scientist.
And one more thing, they will ask you to explain the project. That's something. How will you explain to stakeholders and stuff? Like how to explain. That is another thing. In 2 or 3 days, they are need to explain the project.
Explaining a project is also important because that gives you an idea, that gives them an idea that how well you understood the project and how much your contribution in the project. Good. Thank you, Dinesh. I'm going to open up Q&A. So also ask DataMites team if they can look into the other channels, LinkedIn and YouTube, and see if there are any questions over there. And people who are directly attending through the Zoom call here can put their Q&A in the chat box. I'm going to open up the chat box for you. So now everyone in the call can directly put it in the chat box. And there are generic questions people normally ask. I'll try to take this time to answer that. One of the most important question I get often, even yesterday there was a success story, same question people have asked. Do we even have jobs? Because it looks like AI is taking over everything. Well, your concern is true. AI is taking over a lot of jobs, and it is predicted by not just IMF, which is International Monetary Fund, also WEF, which is World Economic Forum, US Labor Stats, McKinsey report, Forbes report. If you look at 6 months, all of these think tanks and government organizations have been saying one thing: about 50 to 60% jobs will be replaced by AI by 2030. We still have time, 6 years, but you can say that more than half of the jobs we see in the market will be replaced by AI. There is no question about that. Everyone agrees on it. When it comes to a particular thing, will you lose a job as a data scientist to AI? The answer is clear no, because the number of jobs generated in AI, data science, is much higher than the reduction or the impact of AI. Definitely, a job which can be done by 3 data scientists can be done by 1 or 2 now, because there are a lot of tools which are automated. You need less people to do a data cleaning and stuff. So there will be reduction of job, but the increase in job is much higher than the reduction of job. The simple answer, at least for next 10 years, the impact of AI in data science and data analysis and AI jobs itself will not be negative. Means that there will be about 31% growth year on year till 2030. And this is again from US labor stats and also from all the things. So 31% year on year growth of data science and AI jobs is a minimum we can expect for next 6 years till 2030. The question from Keshav Patel, the question is, what's the level of aptitude being asked? So you said first round was aptitude, right? What's the level of aptitude test? Yes, please. You're on mute.
Okay, sorry. So level is like 10 till max, like for example, some like number, missing numbers or something, or there will be a diagram. And fourth, what is the fifth diagram will be like change in that. And then aptitude, some like not that difficult, but you need to. I didn't prepare actually, so I think you need to prepare actually to clear aptitude. Uh, I don't know what is the level.
So the question is more about what kind of aptitude questions being asked. Is it tough? Is it at the standard of your MBA entrance test, or is it okay? Simple ones they're asking.
Since like actually I prepared for SSC exam, like staff self-evaluation, compared to CDL before, like while I'm in college. So the level, since I studied that, I didn't feel it's tough actually. All the mine QCs are somewhat confusing to choose, but the aptitude, I think most of the questions I answered correctly. But I don't know what is the difficult, how to say how difficult. I think it's easy. Like if you
Yes.
are good at math in 10th, 12th max level, like subtraction, addition, and some questions will be like to think.
Okay, I think the answer is very clear. It's on the easy level, especially when you prepare for some competitive exams in your college days. It will be easy, is what Dinesh is saying. I have a question from Sundaram Srinivasan. The question is it easy to become a data scientist with no technical background? And he's telling I'm from finance background. How hard it is to understand the concepts? of ML and other things? Dinesh.
The concepts are like theory, right? Theory is easy to, like theory anyone can understand. Like the machine learning concept, or like if you're asking about the concept, theory is good. Theory part you can understand. And we are from finance, so I think you're good at maths, and I think I'm clear. It's easy for you. And it's not about what background you're coming from. If you have the will and you like to solve projects, you can do it. That's it. Like initially while I learned Python, initial like first day itself I got into like I like the how it works and how to code on Python. So like while the data mites every day we have 2 hours class right for Python. I will be in next class, like which means I will be learning like whatever I learned, even some YouTube or some stuff I will just learning additionally
From other
in
sources as
terms
well.
of, yeah. So thing is after that only they will teach, next day they will teach the same. So it's like a curiosity, like to
Prepare well,
learn.
you
That's
can easily learn it. Okay.
but
Yeah. To summarize what Dinesh said, it is not difficult, right? If you learn from different sources and be prepared for the classes, it will be easy for you, is what he said, and you do not need a technical background. Thank you. It seems like Friday, not many people are asking questions, which is good. Any other questions you find it in any of the channels, DataMites team? All right, great then. So I'm quite happy that the hiring rate of DataMites is really, really improving. I think the market is picking up, and I see a lot of people getting placed on a weekly basis. So I appreciate the DataMites placement team, and I really appreciate Dinesh taking time. I guess I'll say the same thing. Many people get placed, but not everyone takes time to share the feedback. Some people say they are shy. Some people they don't mind. Once they're successful, they don't really look back. But there are a few people who actually take time to share their experience, because someone like who are watching this session now, they will relate more to Dinesh than to someone who like me, because we don't share the same experience as someone Dinesh. So it's a very valuable to give a feedback to the people who are aspiring, guide them, mentor them, even though you are successful, after you become successful, right? That really helps a lot of people to get inspired. And, essentially when you say, we are an IT nation, we are a knowledge nation as in India, right? Not just India. DataMites is a global company, but particularly to India, I'm talking about, respected to any country, it's the same. It's a people with a lot of it's a people with the knowledge, and you are the one who are moving it forward. So giving it essentially sharing the information back is vital. And coming to Dinesh, thank you very much. And as I always say, it's a starting point for you. So you just got the first good job you like it. It's glad that you have multiple offers, but the one you're taking is a really good one. I wish you all the best. Keep learning continuously. I know you don't practice much, but in the project, it may not be an option because you have to deliver every day. So I wish you all the best, and keep learning. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, DataMites. Bye-bye.